Oh look, I am in a spaceship, flying through space. Now I am fighting spooky, scary aliens. Oh, now I'm with your mum. I really don't know how to do intros. We'll make it work. I don't know why this feels like it's going to be the most controversial video I'm going to make, despite me making far worse videos in the past. But if you can't tell by the title already, this video is going to be about Starfield. A lot of people are very excited about this game, and I can see why, but there's also a lot of people who are very angry about this game. And I can also see why. Now, I say really angry, but what I really mean is that people are just disappointed. This is what this video is going to be about. So Starfield has got a fuck ton of hype going on around about it right now. And with that hype has come a lot of fanboys fanboying over it, and a lot of people disliking it in general. And based off the first impressions we were given, I can see why people were disappointed in this. So here's my overall take on the whole Starfield drama. It's gonna be mid. It's gonna be a mid game. It's gonna be alright, I guess. It's gonna be a good game. It's just not gonna be a great game. And this is gonna be the one time I wish I was wrong. Now, I used to be a big fan of Bethesda. In fact, one of my first games was a Bethesda game. It was Oblivion. And then going on to Skyrim. So that was my childhood. I loved Bethesda. In fact, there was a point in my school life where, like every teenage boy, they want to work for some gaming company at the time. And I tried to write to Bethesda to ask what sort of stuff I need to do to be able to work on their stuff. Now I'm doing something completely different. But the point gets across, I loved Bethesda. I would be the first person to defend them about anything. When Fallout 4 came out and it was hyped up to the max, and it sort of was okay, it was a good game, but from the hype that was given, it was a flop. I was the first person to defend it. And when I say defend it, I don't mean online, I mean against my classmates at school. But over recent years, I've probably become a bit more distant from Bethesda, and I've started to lay more trust into other gaming companies. One of which, very obviously, is FromSoft. They make good games. And in fact, one game I'm looking so fucking forward to right now is Lies of P. I think I talked about it in another video. In fact, my Souls game video. So go check that out if you haven't already. And the second gaming company that I have a lot of faith in right now because of a recent release is Valerian. Or Valerian, I don't actually know what it's... Oh, fuck, I need to look this up. Ah, okay, it's Larian. So ignoring my pronunciation of the company, they just made BG3, and I have been addicted to that fucking game for the past 5 weeks. Which is a problem considering I'm going back to uni soon and I need to have focus on that. But instead I'm thinking about all the sort of elves I can shag. Now, the reason I bring up these two companies as well is because I want to make some sort of comparison between what they've been giving us and what we're being given by companies like Bethesda Game Studios. Because for some reason, in fact, there has been so much fucking drama around Starfield. And for those who don't know about it or like knowing of a drama, I've got some takes on both sides for it. The first thing I want to clear up is that no one's hating on this game. I mean, okay, well, it depends what we define as hate. But I don't know a single person who wants a bad game. I don't know a single person who really is desperate for this game to fail. Apart from other companies' competitors. Maybe they want that, I don't know. But I don't know a single person who wants to have a bad game. I know a lot of people who have got a lot of distaste towards Bethesda because of their little track record of Todd Howard's little fibs.
All of this just works.
So admittedly, when coming across this new game that he's been hyping up a lot about, the game that we've never seen before, you have a lot of people who are a bit skeptical about that. Especially when what he's been saying is that there's all these fucking planets you can look and explore. Like, we already know that's been overhyped, but there's people defending that. And fair enough, people have probably pre-ordered the game and really want it to be a good game. And guess what? I really want this to be a good game. If you knew how much money I spent on Star Wars merch and the Star Wars helmets that are in my uni accommodation right now, I've been wanting a really good space game for fucking ages. But from what I've seen so far of the leaks and the footage and their first impressions that they gave out, I don't like what I've seen. It just looks like a mid game. It looks like Call of Duty in space. Like the gun gameplay doesn't look very special. Okay, maybe I'm speaking out of tone here, but I haven't seen anything that is game breaking, really. In other words, I haven't seen anything that's going to make me want to play this game compared to other games, other than Bethesda's seal of approval. And the reason when I see people fanboying over this game already, and calling people haters, and basically, okay, I commented on a few TikTok videos recently, and the backlash I got for saying that this game looks mid is incredible. People are legit taking it as if I've insulted their grandmother. But I don't understand it. It's my personal opinion what I think this game looks like. It looks like a mid game. It looks alright. My prediction for this game right now is that it's going to be like Fallout 4. It's going to be a good game. It's just not a great game. It will have a Metacritic of probably, I don't know, I'm thinking about the 70 to 80 mark. And so far, from everything I've heard about it, it's always felt like I've already had a list of limitations. Now, we've seen companies do the opposite, Larian Studios, where they've completely over-delivered on their product, and when I say over-delivered, I mean they gave us what a game is meant to be. When you pay for the game, you get the game. And the product of the game is up to technology standards. So when we got BG3, holy fuck, that was a breath of fresh air. It's what games used to be like. And instead of focusing on the money side of things, they focus on the consumer side of things. In fact, there's a very good video, I'll link it down in the description, but a YouTuber by Endymion TV, I don't know if I pronounced that right, he had a very good video on the whole gaming industry, and how BG3 was almost like proof that there's so much fucking corruption, I mean greed. There's a fuck ton of greed going on in the industry, where they're under-delivering their product, and I don't truly understand why. My theory is that so that they can make more microtransactions for that game, so that you can, I don't know, they can have a consistent line of income coming from that game, from the game that you should have been given in the first place. Whereas BG3, you buy the game and you get everything that should have been in it. Whereas we've had Diablo release, and the new Diablo game, but like the fucking microtransactions just to make your fucking character look cool. Now we see that in a lot of games, and the fact that Bethesda also sold Skyrim fucking 14 times. I don't even know if it was 14. And then we've got the whole Fallout 76 situation, and I don't think I need to go into that. But Spooksy, they fixed all that! A company fixing a game after release, like, I mean fixing it, as in making it the game it should have been, just shows it was rushed and underappreciated. It's not any sign of, oh, that company did good, it's just that company did what they should have done. We shouldn't be praising companies for fixing the product they're selling. So already people's expectations of this new big Bethesda game are already kind of like, okay, we don't really know what to expect here because they can say all this, but is it actually going to be all that? And I don't think it is. But as a community, we need to stop fucking fighting all over this bullshit. We have to stop fighting each other over, do you support this game or not? We all want entertainment. We all want to have a good game. So fighting over it and people being fucking fanboys and defending it to the rim, and then other people hating and not like giving it a second chance. We need to cut that shit out. What we really need to do is see the actual product as a whole. Because the last thing we want is companies falling into the kind of whole greed system, where it doesn't matter what they give you, as long as there's people fanboying over it and consuming it, and there's people disliking it and causing drama over it, as long as they're making money, they don't care. They can give you a shit product, but if it makes a fuck ton of money, so what? Whereas with games like Bloodborne, Dark Souls, BG3, you can truly tell that the companies that make those games really are passionate about the games and they're wanting to give you a solid product. And that's why Elden Ring, I've got my issues with Elden Ring, but that's in the whole Souls category. As an actual game as a whole, it's fucking fantastic. It deserves the Game Awards. I'm not gonna lie, after playing BG3, that deserves a Game Award. That's a fucking... In fact, if you haven't heard of Baldur's Gate 3, or you have and you've just been a bit like, you don't know if you should try it or not, and you like the whole RPG element in games like Skyrim, play Baldur's Gate 3. Legit, just go get that, because that is fucking... Jesus Christ. I would have to do like an entire series on that game, just to explain how cool it is. Whereas already with the leaks and the footage that we've got from Starfield, there is just disappointment. This is not what we kind of expect from a AAA company. Or it's not what we should expect from a AAA company. We can't keep giving these companies slack. Because the more that we give them slack, the more that they're going to produce this stuff, and they're not going to... How much money does Bethesda actually own right now? I don't fucking know. My other concern is that when you have people fanboying over it, and then for the game to release, and for it to not be as godly as they were expecting, they're setting themselves up for disappointment. We just have to go into it with the kind of blatant realism that it is, which is it's going to be an alright game. It's going to be good. It's not going to be the game that you spend the rest of your life on. It's not going to be the game that you can spend, I don't know, even fucking 10 years on, as some people are claiming. It's going to be a game. It's going to be fun. Other than that, though, I haven't seen anything which makes this, like, fucking game-breaking or completely different to the rest of what we can already consume. The thing that also gets me about this is they are blacklisting reviewers for this game. Now, I don't know who is in charge of who gets to review this game, but Bethesda are really specifically handpicking who is getting to review this game. And for the consumer standpoint, that just looks very dodgy, and that's raising a massive red flag for me. To me, that says that they're just not that confident in their own product. They aren't confident enough to be able to give it out to all reviewers and let them review the game. Another thing that's been really annoying is just brought about another console war argument. And people saying, oh, you're just a hater because you only own a PS4. And that argument, if you're making that argument, you're a fucking retard. You're actively going against your own fucking point. If you're claiming this is going to be a great game and people are hating it because it's not on PS4, and that's why they're hating it, then no, the reason that people are disliking it is because they have a PS4 and they can't play this game which they think is going to be good. They're actively suggesting that they also think this game's going to be good, and you're just giving them a massive fuck you. That's just kind of childish, and you should just fuck off. Limiting games has been the most annoying thing I've ever had to deal with. In fact, it still fucking annoys me that Bloodborne is limited to PS4. I'm sorry, my child. Everyone should be able to experience that game. It's a true fucking masterpiece. But no, my overall take from all this is that Starfield is going to be mid. We need to stop overhyping this shit. And it's not me saying that this is definitely going to be a shit game. I don't know what sort of game it's going to be. But overhyping it is not the way to go, because then all you can do is get disappointment. If you take it from standards that we've already gone in the past and say, it's probably going to have some flops in it, and it turns out to be a fucking amazing game, then your expectations have been succeeded. Whereas if you're already fanboying over this shit and attacking others for having a different opinion of your own, and it does come out and it does tend to be more of a flop, then you just look like a bit of a daft twat. That, and you're just going to be disappointed in your own heart and continuously trying to convince yourself that this is the fantastic game you thought it was. You just kind of want to know that when a reputable company sells you a game, you know it's going to be a great game. And the only two companies I will ever trust for that is Larian Studios and FromSoft. Legit, they're the only two companies I have faith in now. And when I say faith, I mean complete faith. As in, when they make a new game, I know it's going to be a quality game. Whereas when you've got a company like Bethesda releasing a game, you've got a lot of people being very skeptical about it. And when people are skeptical about it, that's fine. In fact, we've got a lot of reason to be skeptical about this shit. The other thing is, I'm recording this on Thursday, comes out on Friday. So there's I think the what's it called, early access stuff is already out. So I'm gonna have to watch a bunch of that, and then I'm gonna decide whether I get this game or not. And then by that time, I will be in the 16th of September when Lies of P comes out. Admittedly, it's not a FromSoft title, but from every single review copy, which they've given out to everyone, I say demo, It's a demo. From every demo they've given out to every single person to review, the general public, everyone thinks that game's fucking amazing. Maybe not amazing, but it looks really fucking good, and everyone is really hyped for this game. So, as a Bloodborne fan, this is getting my expectations up. And I would rather save my money for that than waste it on a mid game like Starfield, if it's a mid game. So that's my personal warning for all you silly gamers, and that's GAY, mer. Save your money, wait to see what the early access reviews are like, because God knows there's going to be a fuck ton of videos up later today, or when you see this video. Check all those out before you're going to buy this game, because I don't want anyone wasting their money on something that's been overhyped and overpromised. When I heard about this game for the first time, it was when Todd Howard first talked about the new IP, and he said it was going to be the next gen. It doesn't look next gen. In fact, it's running at 30 frames per second. People say, well, who cares? Well, from a AAA company, we, as a consumer, we should care about this. We shouldn't be asking for just, it's okay. We should be asking for, that's great. It's not what I'm paying all that money for, really. And I don't have to rely on the modding community to have a good experience. That's what a lot of people's arguments are as well. There's going to be lots of mods for it, or it's mod supported. It's only mod supported on PC, mind you. But this is exclusive of mods. Mods does not make a game good. A game makes a game good. But anyway, I'm going to shut up now because I'm really hungry. That tends to be how I end most of my videos, is me getting hungry. Also, excuse me for not wearing my proper femboy attire. I felt like there's no excuse, I just can't be arsed today. Mainly because I've got this week and next week and then I'm back at uni. So thank fuck I'll be back in an environment where I can do better videos. Anyway, I will see all you silly ball ticklers in the next video. Anyways, I am flying out into outer space now. Bye, silly femboys. Ooh. 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 Oh well, I'm gonna go wank.